When men ask you what do you look for in a man, what do you normally say?
Can I be real? Men don't ask that. I'm looking for marriage, looking for somebody who is ambitious and driven, also loves Jesus, knows how to have fun, but also knows how to like stay at home.
Like, you don't just come out and go, "I'm moving to Costa Rica." Like, it's this is
We started on our knees, had no one to lie. Then we found our way to church. Yeah, I got our ways and said right. You pulled us out the dirt. Now we're walking in our purpose, not just shopping in vain. We're calling our Holy Father, staying away from the lies, 'cause you taught us how to abide. We love the way you do it. Yeah, you did it, and you did it. When the road got rough, you pulled us through it. You always do it. Yeah, God, you did it. Yeah, we love the way you do it. Yeah. Walk a little different by Avenue. Let's get into it.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Different by Avenue. I am so excited about today's show because we are stepping away from marriage. Not stepping away from marriage. We are stepping away from the marriage topic for a minute and give some major love to our single sisters. We have my girl Amanda on today to give us the raw, unfiltered, non-wifed up perspective.
Yes. Amanda, we are so glad that you're here because let's be honest, it's a completely different world out there right now. The dating scene has changed so much since we were in it. Before we open up this box, let's go ahead and pray.
Yes.
Father, we just lift up every single woman listening to our voices right now. Lord, protect their hearts in this swipe culture where people are treated like commodities instead of human beings. Grant them a spirit of supernatural patience and sharp discernment. Keep their standards high, Lord, and remind them of their worth when the world tries to tell them to settle. Give them peace as they wait on your absolute best for their lives. Bless Amanda as she shares her journey today. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
We call ourselves two happily married wives who luckily got out of the dating game just in time. I know Amanda is still actively in the trenches of the talking stage. So for people who haven't been in dating in, for me, a decade, I need you to help us paint the picture. Like, why is everyone collectively now hate modern dating?
Where do you want me to start? So it's just like if you've been in the dating game for a while, like you've been on the apps, you try to have your friends introduce you to other people. And I know for me it's been difficult because my life is kind of not as traditional. Like I'm not always in one place, but I also feel like that's a lot of people now. Everyone loves to travel, everyone likes to go out and about. And it's like sometimes you don't want to meet people within your friend group, but then that also makes it hard. And then like the swipe culture, it's like, oh well, if this doesn't work out, something better is on the way. And then you kind of lose some of that humanity, and it's just like, thank you, next, like Ariana Grande song, and so that's really what makes it hard. If you don't get along, then you could just move on, you ghost people, and I really try not to do that anymore. Like I try to be super communicative, but not everyone's like that, and not everyone's done the deep work. And it's just like you're taking a risk meeting a stranger, and it's like, do you even really vibe? So at least like you guys know like that your husband and you vibe, like you knew each other already. Yeah, like you guys get out of the game, because you had already met your husbands in person or were friends with them prior and didn't have to go through that whole like process of like you meet and greet a stranger and dating. Like, do you even like their vibe? And I think that's a big thing, like liking somebody in person.
Yeah, I've heard of quite a few of the horror stories that come with dating nowadays. I mean, right, the meat and potatoes of it is supposed to be the same. Dating is dating. You're trying to learn about a person and understand what it is that makes them unique, but also where are your common denominators. What is it that you both appreciate or both love, or are you both of the same faith, of the same direction in life?
So the majority of people that I am dating, I'm meeting like on an app. Like it's just people are not getting out, or they're kind of shy to like talk to somebody in person. And it's like people can say everything's good and dandy, but you don't know like how invested in their faith they are, for instance. Like, yeah, they can have that they're Christian, but are they practicing prayer? Are they going to church? Are they doing devotionals in the morning? Like, these are all things I do. And so, how I kind of filter that is like in the body, I try to put that. Like, that is important to me. That's a green flag that you at least have a relationship with God. So, but it's still hard. It's still hard to say. Like, just like your Instagram is a highlight, when you're dating, you're putting your highlights on there. Like, you're putting the best sides of you and what you want people to see. So that is super sometimes hard to navigate, and that only takes time to like for you to get past and like to get to know somebody. You have to get to know somebody first to know how true those words were.
Are you finding though that because now the best of you is already there, or the best of you is on display, that it's making it more difficult because now instead of just naturally meeting someone and going, "Hi, who are you? What do you like? What are the things that are of interest?" As you would if you met someone at a bar, at the beach, already having a preconceived notion of the things that they like, or is it potentially an advantage?
I think it can be both. I think it can be an advantage or weakness because we gotta sift through like what are they really telling you? Like when they put like is that a front or is it not? At least when you meet somebody out and about, you have nothing to go off of. And there's that like part of exploration and you can ask all those questions in person. And when you ask those questions in person, you can see like if their answer is genuine or if their answer is like seeing somebody's body language and tone and all that, getting to know all that in person is very different than just reading it on a page. Like it's like in school, right? You study for that moment just to pass the test, but it's like, did you really learn anything? Like, is it like gonna stick with you? Like, is it true? So I don't know. I feel like it's it's the same whether you're meeting somebody out in person or whether you're meeting them through the app. I think some people are honest on the apps, but it's a 50-50 chance. And I think at least if you meet somebody like in person, you get to know if you enjoy their energy or if there's any kind of chemistry either, because that's a need. That's a need, especially when you're first date. You have to, like, does that time to get ready, get pretty from the girl side, and you meet them and you're like, oh, like this is not gonna be anything because I'm not feeling it. Like I'm not really like vibing with you, and that happens a lot, and it's just part of it. But I mean, like some of my exes that I've met in person first, it's like at least I already knew, like, oh yeah, I already have that attraction and I like you. So I don't know. Did that answer your question?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you agree that people often show their real selves within, like their facade drops and you get to see the real them and you're like, yeah, okay, this is what you were hiding?
Yeah. So I got out of a relationship a few months back, and I would say like the first few months, it's like, I'm telling mine, yeah, butterflies, all that fun stuff. But yeah, it's not until like a few months in, sometimes two, sometimes one, sometimes four, but at least like that 2 to 4 mark, like people are not trying to impress as much, depending on their level of capacity. And then you get to really see their habits and see if what they're saying and who they say they are is actually playing out and like and you learn more about them. Or if you go and travel with them, like that's just like and do like something together where you have to be a team. That's like really good way to see it. So it does take time. And in the dating like life cycle, like you might be seeing this person once a week. So it's like if you get to see them, like if you get to see them more often, that's not once a week, then it's just okay, then you get to learn faster.
Yeah, I think when I having a bridge or having a connection already, we talk of like finding a common ground or with friends, with any relationship, having it's so much easier if you can step into it with already knowing we both like these things. So to me, the idea of an app, you're putting yourself into a location easy for you to, visually see, okay, well, we both like dogs. Like we have a common ground. But the problem with the app is you are almost putting what you want other people to see versus if you go out and meet someone in person at an event, at a location. We talking even just like meeting someone at church or meeting someone like a friend at church. our common denominator is one of the big check marks, but that doesn't mean that they're still going to be a good friend or a good friendship or a good
Right.
relationship. So
Right.
I got like hardest, I think, being what makes it go from a virtual to an in person, and what like what are you looking for even in just a text message, because it is curated.
So I think like virtual versus in person. One, I'm like way quicker to just meet you in person. Now I do like a screening where I'm like, hey, let's get on a phone call. Like I'm gonna voice message you, or I'm gonna FaceTime you. Like I wanna like something that's like a little more like you can get my vibe, I'm gonna get your vibe, and we're gonna like at least meet somewhere in that area. And like before we meet, because it's like, and if you don't, I also ask these questions like, do you want kids and do you believe in marriage? Because it's like I am not like I want you to know where I stand, and I ask that. I either text it once I've exchanged numbers, but I'm a lot quicker to like give somebody my number now and like or send a voicemail or connect with them. Like I don't care anymore. Like I'm super open about that because it's like how are we gonna know? And it's like I don't want to waste your time. You don't want to waste my time. I'm also like in my 30s, so I think that's a difference from when you're in their 20s. Good about the online dating space. And especially if you meet somebody out and about, like through friends or something, like, yeah, that's the common denominator. But if you have the same friends, you at least have some of the same hobbies or similar hobbies, or you could, if your friends can hang out with them, you probably are likely to be able to hang out with them. And at the end of the day, you want somebody that you can chill with for the rest of your life. Like, and be cool with that. Like, be good. So,
Okay, so a question that I have. When men ask you what do you look for in a man, what do you normally say?
can I be real? Men don't ask that. Like they don't ask, they'd be like, "Oh, what are you looking for?" If they ask me what I'm looking for, I'm like, "I'm looking for marriage, or I'm looking for a future partner that I can have fun with." And if they have ever asked me what I'm looking for, I am like looking for somebody who is ambitious and driven, also loves Jesus, and who also like knows how to have fun, but also knows how to like stay at home and somebody who wants the life I want. Like I typically will tell people like my dream. And my dream is to like live somewhere where I can raise babies that speak Spanish. But that comes like after date 2 or 3 or something.
You don't just come out and go, I'm moving to Costa Rica. Like this is
So it's like I just need to know the basics. Like, do you want kids
yeah.
in your future, or are you open to having kids? And it's like, do you want a lifelong partner that like, are you like loyal? Obviously, somebody that's as driven as I am, or more, and who can like pretty much lead. I'm a little more traditional in that sense. Like, I want a man who can like lead, but let me hold my own and as well and admire it, and not make me feel less of it.
So my next thing I've heard before where they're saying like don't give the man the answers to the test so that they don't put up the facade right away trying to do what you said that you like, but instead seeing what they automatically do on their own. Because then you can kind of see like how they're raised. Do they already know,
Yeah.
or if you're gonna have to teach them to do certain things? You know what I mean? Have you heard
Yeah,
that before?
I've heard that before. Like, don't give him the answers to the test. Just see what he does with like the minimum. And I think to an extent that is true. I think today's culture, you do need to kind of tell them what you like. Like, you should tell them what you like and then see what their actions are. Watch what they take action on that they learn about you know.
I mean, I think like the biggest I'm trying to relate it is I think what was my because I hadn't heard it before, but I guess it's kind of true. I think someone who is listening and paying close enough attention to you, what they do with it will be like it doesn't have to be this grand gesture. I'm gonna make something up. I like the scent of lavender, and they could go and buy me flowers. They could buy me a lavender bath bomb, or like a candle.
Yeah,
It's
I mean, like, I'll give
there's
you guys
so many
examples 'cause I go through
options.
this all the time. Like, people, like, men be like, "Oh, what's your favorite kind of food, or what kind of food do you like?" And it's like, I'll tell them. It's like, "Oh, I like Asian food. I like sushi." Like my ex, like they knew that. Never did he once plan a date unless I was explicitly like, we need to go out on a date, and I had to help him choose the place. Like I had to do all. So if you tell somebody what you like, and then they take the initiative to figure out the places, because then after that, I dated somebody, and like then that person took it upon themselves to look for a place that had Asian food, literally while like in the moment, like without me having to ask for that day, whatever we were planning to go out. Versus like that's like something small, or even like if you tell somebody, oh yeah, I love flowers or whatever, and then they just like never think to bring you them. Like I'll give him that. Like I told him, I like flowers. Every so often, maybe like every other month, he would surprise me with a bouquet of flowers. And I was like, okay, like, so those are the kind of things. Like you mentioned things like what you like, and once they know what you like, what do they do with that? Like, what do they do with that? It's not, you're not necessarily giving them the answers, but you're giving them the textbook to study from.
Looking again at my husband and how in our dating phase, that those, to me, that's just a, I want to say beige flag in my mind. Like this should be the bare minimum. That if I say something, I like a flavor, and then you go, we're going to get ice cream, I got you that flavor, that's you listening. That's you paying attention and knowing the basic. I don't need you to go above and beyond. If you do, or you say I know your obsessions, or I've talked with you and I know these three things can come together to do something incredible, like make for a great date, or make for
But I think
something impactful, like that's the green flag. The beige flag is just, you listened and now know I like sushi. You bring me sushi, that's you listened. Thank you. Like that's minimum in my mind almost.
you'd be surprised how many people don't. Like people listen but not really do anything and don't even do the minimum. And it's because everyone's kind of thinking like, how can I do for myself? Like, what can I get out of this thing, instead of being in service to others, wanting to build up the other person. I think that's maybe, it's not necessarily, the online or the in-person difference. It's like how are you showing up, right? Because like, are you showing up for the other person? Like, yes, like, well, how does this person make you feel internally? Like, you also have to think like, can I show up for this person how they are they going to be able to show up how I need, in a sense? It's a little give and take, but it's like people don't do the bare minimum even like that. I don't even think that has to do anything with being online or not. I think that's just a people different.
Well, Amanda, how do you protect your heart from hope fatigue? Like when you go on match after match and it leads nowhere, how do you just guard your spirit against the lie and that there are no good golly men left?
I don't know. I hate to like, not that I protect my heart, because I keep my heart open. You have to keep it open. This is part of the whole exercise. It's like to guard your heart, but really like you have to keep your heart open. You just have to keep coming back to the things and the people that help you feel loved after you put your heart out there, even if it gets hurt. And so whenever that happens, like I'll go back in a devotional. I'll go to a devotional. I'll talk to my friends. I'll do things that make me feel like loved. So it's not necessarily like you put up a shield. The first few dates, you don't know them that well, so it's not like they're even there. Like they're not in your heart. But after a while, or if you spend a long like time with somebody, like it's inevitable. It's not necessary. It's about renewing your heart after the pain. It's about renewing it and creating more space and more love. Because all that is like a capacity to grow. I don't know if your heart is down, because how do you expect to actually like love somebody if you always have a shield up? And I think that's some of the deep work I've done. So it's more of renewal, not necessarily guard, renewal and more capacity.
I was just gonna say that was beautifully said. Actually, it was beautifully said.
Sounds better than anything I could.
I know. It sounds like the devotional is a great one.
Yeah.
Actually,
It's very helpful.
Advisement to all the men out there, anyone that gets to hear, listen to what the person is saying. Take the information. If you're not a good with memory, write it down. And then whenever your woman says like, oh, I don't know what to eat, You can go back to that and choose. And the way you present it is, great, I have 3 options. It's this sushi spot that I found in such and such place. It's this buffet that I found at such and such place, or this restaurant. That's how you present it, and you'll get a lot further. Don't just sit there and be like, well, what do you want? I don't know. What do you want? And then if your woman does not care for someone and they have blatantly told you they don't care for this person, and this person keeps trying to gravitate towards you guys, take heed to what they're saying, because as women, sometimes we see things that you don't see, and just hear us out, okay? Because we don't want to be the people that have to say, we told you so. So just listen and maybe make the distance and then figure it out later. Take it to heart.
Not coming from, like something you've obviously not dealt with in person. Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All I wanted to say was that, you really, for all the single ladies, I think all I got from that is to make sure that you are not just simply settling for the person that's saying the right things, that they're answering me, they're available, when truly you really should be looking for someone who's been sent by God. I love that, the word, you need to keep your open heart and look for renewal. I like that.
Yeah.
I always hated the word settling. Our parents would always be like, "You should settle down," and I always roll my eyes. I'm like, I'm not trying to settle. I'm trying to grow with somebody. I'm trying to build with
Yeah.
somebody. I'm trying to
Yes.
have a life of adventure with somebody. So don't settle, but find the person who's going to help you grow. And I'm still on that journey now. I've had a lot better experiences when I started knowing myself more and asking God a little more, like, what is for me? Is this right? And I asked God to, like, my last person I prayed, I was like, God, if this is not the right person, remove him. And I don't want to break up with somebody because I'm done hurting people. I'm done doing the breaking up, and he removed him, and it hurt. It hurt me, so I kind of had to keep that. And it's a dangerous prayer, but keep praying it, because I know, God did renew me, like he did before today. You talked about that. So far, I'm kind of like in a waiting room, I think is what. And the waiting room, is tough. Going a little cuckoo in here, but I also know it's a lot of self reflection, a lot of building and making sure I'm complete too.
Listening to Amanda talk about the dating trenches and how much emotional energy it takes to navigate life right now makes me realize how quickly we put ourselves on the back burner. And when you're just stressed and overwhelmed or just mentally drained, the very first thing we tend to neglect is our physical bodies and our health.
Yes, it's the first thing to go. You start relying on fast food, skipping your workouts, and you look in the mirror feeling a little sluggish, tired, and completely disconnected from your own physical strength. You want to feel healthy and strong, but starting the fitness journey on your own feels incredibly overwhelming.
Yeah. You don't need another generic copy and paste gym routine that you'll probably abandon in 2 weeks. You need the real, personalized direction and accountability. And that is exactly why you need to check out A-Rod Coaching. Amanda isn't just an incredible guest on our couch. She is phenomenal, faith-filled professional trainer and fitness coach who helps women completely transform their physical health.
This is about more than just the number on a scale, ladies. Amanda's approach to physical training is all about building sustainable strength, endurance, and confidence from the inside out.
A-Rod Coaching, Amanda cuts through all the fitness confusion, designs customized physical training programs tailored exactly for your body, your fitness level, and your very busy schedule. Whether you need the high energy one-on-one or a structured workout plan that actually gets results, the lifestyle accountability to finally stay consistent, she walks with you to every single step of the way.
It's about the stop feeling tired all the time and actually reclaiming the physical vitality and energy God gave you. If you are ready to stop making excuses and start investing in your physical strength with a trainer who truly cares about your holistic wellness, you need Amanda in your corner.
If you're ready to level up your fitness and transform your body this season, head over to her website right now at arodcoaching.com.
And that's arodcoaching.com. Spaces for her private physical training and fitness coaching slots fill up incredibly fast. So don't wait. Secure your spot now and start your strength journey today?
Yeah, I have 2 spots right now. So fitness to keep you having fun throughout your life is where I'm at. I think about longevity, and the more you take care of yourself, the higher your standards will be. But that person's standards should also be about taking care of themselves, so you guys can take care of each other. So I know this is but
One-liners today, girl.
Perfect.
I don't- All right, we got a TikTok.
Yes.
As always.
Where do you live?
In the city.
Do you have a house?
Apartment.
On a rent?
Rent.
What do you do for a living?
Lots of things.
Where's your office?
I don't have one.
How come?
I don't need one.
Where's your wife?
Don't have one.
How come?
It's a long story.
Do you have kids?
No, I don't.
How come?
It's an even longer story.
All right. So, Amanda, what'd you think about that TikTok?
I was on a date recently that was like that. Literally, it's like a whole interview process, and I'm also guilty of it. So just
How do you
it's
get
it's
out of
very
that?
relatable, and it's hard. It's like I don't know, especially if somebody's dry. You just have to you get those one-liners, or if you're being dry because you don't got the energy. So
How do you get yourself out of it when you're already like you started and then you're like, okay, let's get out of this interview. How do you switch it up?
I always ask me about something they love or they're interested in. What brings you joy, or like what's something about like that good happened in your day today, like. And then they just like kind of start talking about their day and let their guard down. And flows a little
Have
easier.
you
Like,
ever
kind of what's your
found that
next
you're
adventure?
Yeah.
Mm.
But have you ever found that you're able to get out of that? Like for me, that's almost a red flag. If you're to that level, I'm like, then we don't have chemistry, we don't have connection. Like you're just trying to be
It is
like,
a red flag. I mean, if we get to that level, I didn't go on a second date with this person. I told them no. So so yeah, it's like this is gonna be me trying to carry the conversation the whole time, and I don't want that.
yeah. I mean, if you're in a speed dating
Sometimes
event,
I'll
different story. You kind of have to ask like I need to know these questions, these answers to these
Like-
questions faster. But
You should ask them and get them done with. But if you keep coming back to us, so what else? So what about you? What else can you tell? Like, no. You need to ask all these questions because they are important, but then you just like kind of move on. But it should flow into the conversation,
Yeah.
not like
Mhm.
outright.
it actually reminded me when we first started dating, that was one of the things like we would play 20 questions. You know, it's way more than 20 questions, but we would
Mhm.
play 20 questions. But it was our text message threads that would keep going that way. So you're like, we're still trying to find out about each other. So we'd come up with like the most ridiculous questions. And you know, what movies in the 2000 was your favorite? Like it had to be ridiculously specific or something really.
Mm.
But it was just because we already are. We know there's a connection. We know we like each other. We know this is working. Now we're just trying to find like super random, deep, weird answers to stuff just to keep the text message going because you know we're working, we're doing something else. To me, that's fine. If you're gonna ask me rapid fire questions because it's a joke, because it's intentionally
Mhm.
fast paced, because I want to catch you off guard, like you're playing a game, I get it. Not if that's how a date goes, a first date goes. You ask like what would you do to get out of it? I'd stand up and leave. Like there's no, I'm not.
I'm trying to talk
I'm
about
getting
changing the
out.
vibe, not getting out of the date.
I'd be like,
Oh,
okay, this
man.
was lovely. You are just a beautiful human. I need
I
to
would
leave.
just say, you know, I have to go check on my dog.
Yeah.
She's so wrong. Like I kind of gotta leave, like, or I'm tired. Sometimes dates happen, and I'm like, oh, I'm going surfing in the morning, so I need to go to bed early. So I think I'm getting like it's my week or my day is hitting me. Or something. That's how I get out of this. Sometimes that is true though, and most of the time
Okay.
that's true because like that's not giving you energy for the day. Like that date is not giving you energy, so you probably are tired. It's not a good experience, so I'd rather go sleep.
That's pretty bad. Thank you, Amanda, for all of your insight because
Yes.
it's a vastly different world from what we're used to. So we appreciate you jumping in and giving us all of your wisdom. I hope that someone else listening relates and feels like, okay, at least I'm not alone. It's not just me,
Yeah.
and can
Feels
and
renewed.
it feels renewed.
Yes.
I like it.
Focus on the renewal. Like God renews us like every day. Like every day the sun rises over here. So you'll be fine.
Amen. Thank you again, Amanda. We really appreciate you. And ladies, keep your standards in heaven because the creator of the universe has you in the palm of his hand.
Amen. Tune in next week, guys. It is back to just the two of us, and we're tackling a monster, the comparison trap. We're talking about how to stay in your own lane when everyone else's life looks a little better on your feed. We will see you soon.
Yes, please make sure you follow us on all socials at Different by Avenue. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Another day, another walk, keeping faith in the stride. No matter where the avenue goes, he's the one to always provide. From the dirt to the grace, you gotta keep the faith. Trust the spirit and the truth. Yeah. Because God will never lose. See you next time. We got a way you do it. Yeah, you did it. Yeah, you did it. When the road got rock, you pulled up to it. You always do it. Yeah, you did it. Yeah, we got a way you do it. Yeah. It's only different by avenue.